My wife texted, "I want a divorce. Let's just split everything 50-50 and move on." When the message appeared on my phone, I froze in the middle of a crowded Paris cafe. The words seemed so casual, almost businesslike, yet they carried the weight of an earthquake. My wife wanted a divorce. She wanted to split everything evenly and walk away, as if years of our lives could be reduced to numbers on a page. The city around me felt suddenly unreal. Tourists streamed past, their laughter echoing off the stone walls, while I sat anchored in silence, clutching the phone. The bitterness of my coffee turned sharp in my mouth. I could not move, not immediately. By the time I gathered the courage to leave, the late afternoon light had shifted. Paris looked different, colder, as if the familiar boulevards had conspired to remind me that nothing lasts forever. I wandered along the Seine, watching boats glide slowly through the water, their reflections trembling with each ripple. I thought of the evenings we had walked there together, our hands brushing, our voices mingling with the hum of the city. At home, the apartment felt stripped of warmth. Her absence was not new. She had been traveling often, but this time the emptiness was suffocating. Every object seemed to whisper of her. The scarf draped on the chair, the half-burned candle on the table, the framed photo of us in Provence. I found myself staring at these things as though they might answer questions I could not form. The night dragged on. I paced from room to room, imagining how 50% of this life could be carved away. Which half of the books would she claim? Which chair, which painting? Would she want the little clock that had belonged to her grandmother? It all felt absurd, yet brutally real. Sleep never came. When the first gray light spilled through the shutters, I decided I could not remain trapped inside. I walked without direction, letting the narrow streets of Montmartre pull me upward. The air carried the smell of fresh bread, but it did nothing to ease the heaviness in my chest. Reaching the top of the hill, I stood before the Sacré-Cœur. From there, Paris spread endlessly beneath me, a living, breathing reminder that the world was larger than my loss. Yet I could not shake the thought that my entire life had just been cut in two, and the person holding the other half no longer wanted to carry it with me. I lingered until the sun broke through the clouds, painting the rooftops in gold. Something inside me shifted then. I understood that the city would not pause for my grief. The bells would continue to ring, the trains to run, the markets to open. I was the one who had to decide whether to remain broken or to move forward. So I descended the hill slowly, my steps unsteady yet deliberate. My marriage was over, yes, but Paris was still alive around me. Somewhere among its streets, I would have to learn how to be alive again too.